Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tosin Alabi, and as you could have seen from the title of this video, this time I'm going to be doing a story time. Now I've been watching lots of story times and I'm like, you know what, I definitely have so many stories and so many encounters in my life. Like, let me share one. The last two that I did, I think I did one on when I failed in school, and yeah, I think that's the only story time I've done. So today I'm going to be sharing this one. It's a bit funny. Well, now it's funny, but then it wasn't. About when myself and my family got robbed. And so if you'd like to know more about that ordeal, definitely keep watching. Okay, so let me start now. So I remember that day, the day was normal. I went out with my mom and my dad, and then we got back home like around 6 o'clock. My auntie had traveled to Jerusalem, and she came back with some things for my mom, like the mud from Jerusalem. She got me a Jerusalem t-shirt. So that day was really a good day. I mean, that day I had my devotion. Maybe because she was telling me so much about how Jerusalem was. So when I got back home to my bed, like I did some Bible study, and everybody went to bed as normal. Now I live in an estate, and those that are from Africa or from Nigeria knows that an estate is like just like 30 houses built in one, with a large fence around it, and the benefits are probably you have maybe better roads, more security, and that's about it really. And then you have a close-knit kind of neighborhood. That's really where I live now. So at that period, luckily for us, my two brothers were off in school. My younger brother was, I think, away in boarding school, and the other one was away in uni. So it was just myself, my mom, my dad, our house help, and the security guard. So everyone, like in my estate, we have, well, it's common practice in Nigeria that every house has a security guard. So we had one. And so that everybody went to bed. I remember that day, I think I even stayed up till like 2 a.m. on the phone. I was talking to someone, and then I just went to bed. So by the time it was time for me to go to bed, I had not slept too deep. I just noticed like around 4 a.m. in the morning. I remember that it was 4 a.m. because I remember that shortly after that, like every night after this robbery attack happened, I was waking up at the same time every day because of, like, you know how what trauma does to you. So I just remember that around 4 a.m. my mom barged into my room, and normally I don't sleep with clothes like before, but like obviously since then no one has stopped me. And that day I actually slept with a t-shirt that my auntie got for me from Jerusalem, because I was like, you know, I'm going to just turn into a nightie because it was a bit long. So my mom just barged into my room, and I noticed that there was blood all over her face, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, hide, thieves. You know, waking up from sleep, and I'm like, what's happening? I just grabbed my phone. Then I used to use a BlackBerry. I think I still have the BlackBerry once. Yeah, I still used to use this BlackBerry. And I remember that I just grabbed, this happened like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah, I think 4 years ago. So I just grabbed my BlackBerry and I ran into my toilet. Now this wooden door you can see leads, there are 2 doors in my room. One leads to the bathroom and one leads outside my room. So I just ran into my bathroom and I used myself as a shield in the door. Then I started hearing male voices. Now mind you, it's just myself, my dad and my mom that lives in the house. So I knew that we were under attack. And my mom they were like, so person did this room, you know, they were speaking in pidgin. I'm going to try and translate what I'm trying to say. And then I remember that through the door hole I could see like them, and I could see 2 men, and these people were of northern descent because you could hear it in their accent. So they were saying, person did this room, open the door. And now my room is very colorful and all these things. And I remember that I had my laptop, and normally you know how you are now, you just keep your laptop by the side of your bed, your laptop is open. I had my laptop, I had my jewelry box, everything. My mom was like, hey, she just talking, you know, because of the trauma. They're like, open the door. And I think I was trying to call the police, because I remember that we have my dad did this thing that in case of any emergency you would be able to call the police. I think it's called like personal service or something, and then they would respond to you like rapid response, because obviously woes of Nigerian police force. So I just called them, and I was trying to call them. So apparently the light of this phone was showing through the door, so they knew that I was in the room. You guys, you know how they say you don't know how strong you are until trauma happens or until you're under attack. This guy was pushing on my bathroom door. You guys, I started speaking in tongues. I was speaking in tongues. I held myself to the door. I was like, Marekebo Satalikra. I was just, you know, speaking in tongues. And the guy was like, open the door. Come on your phone. My mom was like, give them the phone. I said, no. And then I just got the phone. I'm like, 70K, give anybody. But at that moment, I was just thinking about, like, getting help, because obviously the police were not forthcoming. Then I just realized that, but The guy now stopped pushing on my door, and my mom was like, and my dad was like, please don't touch my daughter. I can remember I heard my dad saying, leave my family, don't touch them, we'll give you anything you want. But his voice was shaky, so like, leave my family, I'll give you anything. I was now scared that, hey, because I had not seen the thieves, so I wasn't sure if they had guns or they had like machetes, so I didn't know. But my mom was bleeding, so I thought of the worst. So I remember that after like 5 minutes of struggling, the guy left my room. So I was like, should I come out? Should I not come out? And my bathroom doesn't have a key. So I called a family friend. Shout out to Mrs. Adekombi if you're watching. And then I called her and I was like, hello. She was like, calm down, calm down. I'm like, they're thieves, they're thieves. She said, okay. So she works in a company where, her husband works in a company where they are assigned with personal police guards. So she called them, and those ones in quotes were on their way. Now I called the Nigerian police force number. I think is one, I can't remember the number, I'll put it here. And I remember that the lady was telling me, tell me your address, tell me where you live, your street number. And I just telling her that please hurry, they are here, they're hurting us. And then this was me still in the bathroom, and she was like, okay, she'll call me back. So I had to put my phone on silent so that I don't attract those people. So when I came out of my room, I quickly locked my bedroom door, and I noticed that my laptop was already gone because the wire was off, my jewelry box was scattered. So I figured that all my watch, and then someone gifted me a radio watch for my birthday gift. I already knew that one was gone. I was just like, hey. So that left. But after like, let me see, so I was still there, but I was just by the door. I was just praying that God, like, you promised that no affliction shall rise against us. I just knew that now mind you, I live in a house where my dad is very security conscious. Like, we have burglary proofs, we have Swiss straight security doors, we have CCTV cameras, we have everything. My dad is not a criminal, clearly, but he just likes, I mean, we're in Nigeria, just to the best of your abilities, like, make sure your family are safe. We have barbed wires, we have everything. And these people still go into the house. So I knew that, you know, like, human efforts can definitely not save my life or my family members' life. So I just started praying, even still while the robbery was still going on. After, like, these people robbed us for like 1 hour, like 5 a.m. or 15 minutes to 5. I noticed that they led my dad downstairs. So I was like, at least he's alive. So they led my dad downstairs, and they told him to open the door for them to leave, and they jumped the fence and left. So when I came out of my room, my dad was like, Tosin, you okay? Did they touch you? I'm like, no, they didn't touch. I was just weeping. And I was wondering, I didn't hear any gunshots. Why was my mom bleeding? Apparently, these people, they came with knives, they came with machetes, and they woke my mom up from sleep. As in, how they go into the bedroom till today is still a mystery. They woke my mom up. And you know, my mom, being a Nigerian woman now, you just see a stranger. So she was like this, and then, like, to block the person, like, because they woke her from sleep. And then they started hitting her with their metals, and then that's why she was bleeding. So she had like scars on her back, on her head. But thank God today, if you don't know her, you will never, as in if you didn't know her, you never knew that kind of thing happened to her. So that happened. And then, so the first thing we had to do was obviously rush her to the hospital. Now, I'm sure this, if I keep talking about the hospital experience, this was our family hospital. This will probably be another story time. Then my dad drove, we ran to the house. We didn't even care about anything. We left the house open. My house up. I don't know what kind of sleep she was sleeping in our room. The security, our own personal security man of the house, he said they tied him down. Okay, so who released you? How did you get off the binds that were tied, or the ropes? The man was singing all sorts. But at that moment, my mom was bleeding, so that was the first course of action. So we took her to the hospital. That one, before they attended to us, they said we should bring cash deposit, 200,000. My dad was like, this is our hospital. Obviously, we just got robbed. I don't have access to anything. They stole my dad's iPad. They stole the cash that was in the house. Now, my dad is an accountant. Doesn't keep cash at home. So it was just the little cash that I wanted to use to pay for something. I think this happened on a Friday. That they stole, and then my dad had a safe, but I don't think they were able to open that, but it's just documents. There was nothing they could steal from that. So we went to the hospital, and then finally, after making some calls, they attended to my mom, they did the stitches, and she was admitted. So I was asked to go back home. Obviously, my neighbors, during the attack, obviously they didn't hear. The police people now came by 6 a.m. you guys. We got robbed by 4. These people came by 6 a.m. in the morning, and obviously we had already gone to the hospital. My mom was already on admission, and I was just like when you just look at these things, it's just like, you know, life like goes like this. Like, this is how life goes. And I'm just like, when they came, they were now doing paparazzi, surround the atmosphere, you know something. This is a something zone. I'm just like, what if I had gotten raped? What if I was shot? What if my dad was injured? Like, what would we have done? And then they shocked. My dad was like, no, it's okay. But they arrested the security personnel. But my father, being a pastor, after like 2 days, when the guy said he didn't know anything about him, my dad asked them to let him go. And then we just sacked him. So we didn't employ him back. So we got another one from another security company. and that's how that one left. Then when I got back to my room, I noticed that that's stolen the watch. But I'm just like, you know what, these things are material things. Like, obviously today now when I look back, God has restored everything that was stolen, probably in even 10,000 folds. Like, what is a watch? What is a laptop? I'm alive. I can make this video. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. And my mom, obviously, she's doing a lot better. Like, you can't even tell. Like, you can't even tell that anything like that happened to her. But the impact of that is that everybody in my house is paranoid. Like, after the thing happened, like 2 days after, we realized that what had happened was the barbed wire. I think I'll insert a picture of what a barbed wire is here for those that know of Nigerian heritage or anything. It's basically like spiral metal that is put above your fence. Like, they even use it in like prison houses so that people don't jump into the compound. So we reinforced it, electrocuted it. We have a siren. Now we have like more like the what's it called, the burglary proof in our house on the windows is now double. What else again did we do? I mean, everyone, and that's what it just made us so paranoid. So like now we don't trust anybody. Before we employ any staff, even drivers, they don't come into our house ups, they don't come upstairs. And I'm just like that was like the first and last experience of us being robbed. But it was really like a wake-up call for everyone that lives around me as well. Like, I mean, if we can get robbed, how much more people that don't even have gates in their houses and stuff. And that's really like, those are the realities of living in Nigeria. Either you're privileged or you're poor, security is still a big issue till today. So that was really the story time of how I got robbed. Let me see, is there anything again that happened? Oh yeah, you remember that I said that like after that day, the next day, like people were even saying we should leave the house, but my dad was like, it's not that deep. So we all just, next day, I remember that every 4 a.m. I'll wake up, I'll be like the fear, but then I'll go back to sleep again. So yeah, that's what happened. So basically, that's really the story time. I hope this video was enjoyable. Like, leave your experiences below if you've ever been robbed. I know this is like a bad experience, but like, I just like, or you know someone that has been robbed. I'm just really grateful to God Almighty that everyone is safe. My number one concern was, what if my brothers were home? And my brothers are like, you know how men, it's their natural instinct to protect their loved ones. Like, it would have been very bloody or messy. I would have assumed so, because they probably would have gone to their rooms first. And I'm just grateful to God that, you know, everyone is alive and nothing happened to anyone, and everything that was stolen, as I said before, God has replaced. So that's about it. Let me know, thumbs up this video if you like more story time videos. I really enjoy making them. Like, I have so many stories, like so many things that happened to me in my life, and it will really be great to be able to have the privilege of sharing them. Now, so let me see, is there any moral or lesson in this story? Yes, always sleep with your phone by your side. Make sure that you have airtime on your phone in case of emergency. Or at least, maybe not under your pillow, but at least close range. Make sure that you have reliable relatives that you know that if in case of any emergency you can reach out to them. Then what else again? Yeah, just be security conscious generally. If you live in Nigeria, you intend to come to Nigeria for holiday. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs up, make sure you share, make sure you like. I'm not sure I should share because I don't want to paint Nigeria bad, but anyway, that's about it. I love you guys. Until next time, stay blessed.